Welcome back to Destination Deca. I'm Adam, your companion on immersive travel quests that blend history, culture, and genuine local flavor. If you're tired of surface-level guides and crave stories that breathe life into every cobblestone, you're in the right place. Over the next 20 minutes, we'll trace Boston's evolution from Puritan settlement to cultural powerhouse. You'll learn when to time your visit for cherry blossoms and ice skating, where to snag the best lobster roll without waiting in line for hours, and how to unlock hidden passages no guidebook mentions. I packed this video with fun facts, travel tips, and fascinating backstories. So grab your map, charge your camera, and let's dive into Boston's must-see treasures. Number 10. Boston Common. History and vibe. Founded in 1634, Boston Common is North America's oldest public park. Originally used for grazing livestock and military drills, it has witnessed pivotal events, from anti-slavery rallies in the 19th century to civil rights demonstrations in the 1960s. Today, it's a living canvas of locals walking dogs, kids chasing ducks, and musicians busking near the Soldiers and Sailors Monument. Every April, the Common's cherry trees burst into pale pink blossoms, drawing crowds for the annual Boston Sakura Festival. Fun fact: the Frog Pond, which hosts summer spray pools and winter skating, wasn't added until 1927. Before that, this spot was an open lawn. Imagine ice skating on a natural pond in colonial times. Trip tips: arrive at sunrise in summer to catch morning yoga classes under the oak trees. Weekdays after work, join the free guided history tours leaving from the visitor information kiosk on the Tremont Street side. Want a secret? Sit by the elm tree near Beacon Street, the oldest remaining elm in the city, dating back to 1832. Number 9. Public Garden. History and vibe. Established in 1837 as the nation's first public botanical garden, the Public Garden sits just north of Boston Common, separated by Charles Street. Here you'll find oval-shaped flower beds, a carefully curated tree collection, and ornate Victorian-era iron benches. The lagoon in the center has inspired poets, young couples on swan boats, and painters capturing autumn's fiery palette. Fun fact: the famous "Make Way for Ducklings" bronze statues of Mrs. Mallard and her 8 ducklings attract over 200,000 visitors each year. Trip tips: book a 30-minute swan boat ride for just $4.50 per person. It's the only manual paddle-powered boat tour in America. March through April, join the guided Behind the Bouquets tour to learn city-approved planting secrets. If you arrive at golden hour, the gilded light over the lagoon makes for Instagram-worthy photos, but keep your camera ready. Turtles sunbathe on the lily pads in summer. Number 8. Faneuil Hall Marketplace. History and vibe. Built in 1742 with a generous gift from merchant Peter Faneuil, Faneuil Hall earned its nickname, Cradle of Liberty, when Samuel Adams and James Otis stirred crowds here in the 1760s. Fast forward to today, and the marketplace is a maze of over 100 shops, street performers juggling fire, and open-air markets selling fresh produce and leather goods. The site is part of a larger National Historic Landmark that includes Quincy Market, North Market, and South Market. Fun fact: underneath the marketplace's cobblestones lies a hidden catacomb of tunnels where vendors once stored goods to avoid colonial taxes. Trip tips: plan to visit on a Friday evening. Music floods the Great Hall, and food trucks line the pedestrian walkway outside. If you want to skip lines at Quincy Market's clam chowder stand, head east to the North Market's lesser-known Chowder Company, where locals swear the lobster bisque outshines the clam chowder. Number 7. Museum of Fine Arts, Boston. History and vibe. Opened in 1870, the MFA boasts over 500,000 artworks spanning 5,000 years. From ancient Egyptian sarcophagi to contemporary installations by Andy Warhol, this museum feels like a global pilgrimage under one roof. Its neoclassical facade gives way to modern galleries and a skylit atrium. Don't miss the art of the America's Wayne, where colonial portraiture meets bold modernist sculptures. Fun fact: the MFA's collection includes 33 paintings by Claude Monet, more than any museum outside Paris. Trip tips: buy your tickets online to save $3 and avoid lines. Download the MyMFA app for personalized tours. Select Hidden Gems to see rarely displayed pieces like the painted chamber of Fra Angelico. Join the free Artists Talk every Wednesday at 2 p.m. in the Scharf Visitor Center. If you love rooftop bars, head to the museum's Terrace Lounge on Thursdays for art-themed cocktails and skyline views. Number 6. Quincy Market. History and vibe. Built in 1824 as an extension of Faneuil Hall, Quincy Market's Greek Revival architecture, soaring granite arches and cast-iron columns, once heralded Boston as a modern trading hub. Today, it's a food lover's paradise. Counters line both sides of a wide arcade, each offering specialties from Jamaican jerk chicken to Portuguese peri-peri chicken. Fun fact: in its first year of operation, Quincy Market sold 200,000 pounds of fish, making it the largest fish market in the U.S. Trip tips skip the lines at the main lobster roll stand by heading to the southern end, where Red's Best operates a seafood bar with no wait and identical rolls. Come between 11 a.m. and noon to catch vendors carving roast beef sandwiches with meat still sizzling. If you arrive after 2 p.m., claim a seat at one of the long communal tables. You'll meet fellow travelers and share local recs. Number 5. Boston Tea Party Ships and Museum. History and vibes. Step aboard fully restored 18th-century replicas of the Eleanor and Beaver ships, and prepare to toss 342 chests of tea into Boston Harbor, the act that galvanized the American Revolution. The interactive museum uses holograms and costumed actors to transport you to December 16, 1773, when colonists disguised as Mohawk Indians boarded these very decks. Fun fact: the museum's tea chests are crafted from wood salvaged from the harbor, each board a piece of living history. Trip tips: purchase combination tickets that include the Tea Party reenactment and the nearby East India Company warehouse exhibits. Go right when they open at 10 a.m. to avoid school groups. For the most dramatic experience, book the evening, night watch, tour. Actors perform under torchlight, and you'll feel like you're back in colonial shadows. Number 4. Fenway Park. History and vibe. Opened in 1912, Fenway Park is baseball's oldest active major league stadium and a shrine for Red Sox Nation. Its ivy-draped green monster wall in left field stands 37 feet tall, creating one of the most challenging home runs anywhere. Every spring, fans arrive hours early to tailgate on Yawkey Way, eating Fenway Franks and singing Sweet Caroline at the top of their lungs. Fun fact: the stadium sits on land originally used for dairy farming. When they laid the foundation, they discovered old cow bones beneath the right field bleachers. Trip tips: even if you can't get game tickets, book the Fenway Park tour to explore the press box, visit Ted Williams's locker, and walk along the warning track. Go on a Friday afternoon when the stadium empties for batting practice. You might snag an autograph or two. Post-game, hit Neptune Oyster on Fairmont Street for the most coveted oyster happy hour in town. Number 3. New England Aquarium. History and vibe. Since 1969, the New England Aquarium has been a beacon for marine conservation, welcoming more than 1 million visitors yearly. Its centerpiece, the giant ocean tank, rises 5 stories and houses a Caribbean coral reef ecosystem with sea turtles, stingrays, and schools of tropical fish. Outside on Central Wharf, African penguins patrol rocky perches, and interactive touch tanks introduce you to starfish and sea urchins. Fun fact: the aquarium's Sea Turtle Hospital rehabilitates injured loggerhead turtles before releasing them back to the wild. Over 150 turtles have been saved to date. Trip tips: arrive at least 45 minutes before the penguin feedings at 11 a.m. or 3 p.m. These breeds are notoriously camera-ready. After touring the exhibits, book a whale watch cruise from the aquarium's dock. Number 2. Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum. History and vibe. Isabella Stewart Gardner opened her museum in 1903 inside a Venetian-style palace she designed herself, complete with stained glass windows, ornate tile floors, and a lush central courtyard garden. Her personal collection includes Rembrandts, Botticellis, and tapestries she procured through relationships with living artists of her era. The intimate galleries feel like stepping into her private salon. Fun fact: in March 1990, Brigands disguised as police officers stole 13 artworks valued at $500 million, the largest art heist in U.S. history, and they've never been recovered. A framed empty space still marks where Vermeer's The Concert once hung. Trip tips reserved. Evening at the Gardner. Tickets for Fridays after 5 p.m. when the galleries glow under soft lighting and live classical music drifts through the courtyard. Number 1. Castle Island. History and vibe. Just 8 miles from downtown, Castle Island is more than a seaside promontory. It's a slice of coastal New England history. Fort Independence, perched at the island's tip, was first fortified in 1634, and each successive fortress defended Boston Harbor through the Revolutionary War, the War of 1812, and both World Wars. Today, the fort's brick walls glow red at sunset while families clamor for grilled clams and lobster rolls at Sullivan's. Fun fact: a tunnel system under Fort Independence once stored ammunition and allowed soldiers to move unseen along the seawall, a strategic feature during the War of 1812. Trip tips: take the MBTA 9 bus from Andrews Station on the Red Line for an easy 15-minute ride. Buy your Charlie card at the station for discount fares. Pack a blanket and your favorite snacks. There's a small sandy beach perfect for beachcombing cohogs. If you love ghost stories, join the monthly night tour led by local historians recounting legends of Civil War deserters buried nearby. Bonus 1. The North End. Boston's North End is America's oldest residential neighborhood, its narrow streets paved in cobblestones and lined with brick rowhouses. First settled by Irish immigrants in the early 1800s, it became Boston's Little Italy by World War I, and today is synonymous with red sauce eateries, artisan bakeries, and Catholic feast festivals. Bonus 2. Skywalk Observatory. Perched atop the Prudential Tower's 50th floor, the Skywalk Observatory delivers panoramic cityscapes stretching from Boston Harbor to the Blue Hills. Interactive touchscreens let you identify every landmark, from the Charles River locks to Bunker Hill Monument, while telescopes bring distant mountain ranges into focus on clear days. If you felt that rush of discovery and can't wait to explore Boston like never before, hit the like button, subscribe to Destination Deca, and ring the notification bell. Share in the comments which spot you're adding to your bucket list, or tell me your favorite Boston hidden gem. Your stories help fellow travelers uncover the real heart of every city. Until next time, I'm Adam with Destination Deca. See you on the road.